Hello guys, welcome back to Last Moment Tuitions. I am Dhruvi and today we'll be continuing with mathematical expression for the diode current equation and few more topics. So this is the question that says a diode operating at 300 degree Kelvin has forward voltage of 0.4 volt across it when the current through it is 10 milliamperes and 0.42 volt when the current is twice as large. What values of IO and eta allow the diode to be modeled by the diode equation? Basically, we need to calculate the value of IO and eta, that is reverse saturation current and emission coefficient or ideality factor. Now let us write the values that are provided to us. First, the value that is being provided to us is the temperature, right? So first we'll write that the temperature provided to us is 300 degree Kelvin, already in Kelvin. Then we have forward voltage. So we have forward voltage of 0.4 volts, right? When the current is 10 milliamperes. So we have I1 is equals to 10 milliamperes. Then we have 0.42 forward voltage. So V2 is equals to 0.42 volts when the current is twice as large. So twice as that of I1, that is 2 into 10, 20 milliamperes. These are the given parameters to us. We need to calculate the value of eta and IO. So let us do the calculation. We know that at 300 Kelvin, the volt equivalent Vt is equals to T upon 11,600, right? So substituting the value of T as 300 Kelvin, we get the value of Vt as 26 millivolts, right? Approximately 26 millivolts. So first let us calculate the value of eta, okay? Writing the equation, I1 is equals to IO into e raised to V1 upon eta Vt minus 1. Now instead of Id, I am writing I1 since we have two of the equations that would be formed, and IO is equals to, instead of V I am writing V1 corresponding to I1, right? And next equation will be I2 is equals to IO into e raised to V2 upon eta Vt minus 1, correct? Now substituting the values in equation 1 and 2. In equation 1 we'll write 10 milliamperes is equals to IO into e raised to V1 is given to us as 0.4 volts divided by eta, we need to find that, and Vt. For now let us write it as Vt minus 1. This is 20 milliamperes is equals to IO into e raised to 0.4 upon eta Vt minus 1, right? Now if we divide the two equations, we get 20 upon 10 is equals to IO into e raised to 0.4 upon eta into 26 into 10 raised to minus 3 minus 1 upon IO e raised to, sorry, this is 0.42. So 0.42 e raised to 0.4 upon eta into 26 into 10 raised to minus 3 minus 1. Okay. So dividing, we get this as 2, right? 10 to the 20. IO gets cancelled. So this is equals to e raised to 0.42 upon eta into 26 into 10 raised to minus 3 minus 1 upon e raised to 0.42 upon 0.4 upon eta into 26 into 10 raised to minus 3 minus 1. Now this is the third equation that we get. Now we'll neglect this minus 1 term. So we'll write neglecting. Okay, we get the equation as 2 is equals to e raised to 0.42 upon eta into 26 into 10 raised to minus 3 upon e raised to 0.4 upon eta into 26 into 10 raised to minus 3. Now we need to solve this equation to get the value of eta. So what we'll do is, this is e raised to, now 0.42 upon 26 into 10 raised to minus 3 is 16.153 upon eta. Okay. Now this will calculate e raised to 0.4 upon 26 into 10 raised to minus 3 is 15.38 upon eta is 2, right? So 2 is equals to e raised to 16.15 upon 153 upon eta minus 15.38 upon eta, correct? Now we'll take log on both sides. So log 2 will be 0.693 is equals to 16.153 upon eta minus 15.38 upon eta, which is equals to 0.693 is equals to 0.77 upon eta. So therefore the value of eta is coming out to be 1.11. I hope you have understood how to calculate the value of eta. Now we'll continue with the second parameter, that is I naught. So for I naught, we'll just substitute in one of the equations. So let us substitute that in equation, right? So that is 10 milliampere. So 10 into 10 raised to minus 3 is equals to I naught we need to calculate e raised to 0.4 upon. Now we have received the value of eta as 1.11 into 26 into 10 raised to minus 3 minus 1. So on calculation, we get the value of IO as 9.69 nanoamperes. Therefore, now we have calculated the value of eta as well as IO, right? That is the reverse saturation current. Now we'll move on to a new topic that says small signal equivalent of a diode. So this is the diagram for forward biased PN junction. We see that there is RD, CD and CJ. Now this is the complete equivalent circuit of PN junction diode when it is forward biased. And this is the simplified equivalent circuit. Now how did we go on to simplified equivalent circuit? We'll look into it in some time. Now let us see that what is CD and what is CJ. So CD basically represents the diffusion capacitance, and CJ, as the name suggests, it represents the junction capacitance, or this is also called as transition capacitance. Okay, now how we received the simplified equivalent circuit? Now what happens is when the diode is in forward bias, the value of CD, that is diffusion capacitance, is very much greater than CJ. Now I'll write why, because when the diode is in forward bias. Okay, so what happens is this has been omitted from the simplified equivalent circuit, and therefore we have received this equivalent circuit that says that we have RD and then we have CD. Okay, why? Because CD is very much greater than CJ, and therefore the CJ element is being omitted. Now what do you mean by RD and what do you mean by RS? Okay, so we say that RD represents the AC incremental resistance. Okay, it is the incremental resistance. Okay, AC incremental resistance. And what do you mean by RS? RS is called as the series resistance. By its name, it is called as series resistance. Now why is this needed? This is because it accounts for the resistance offered by neutral N and P regions. Now what happens is we basically have different PN, for PN junction diode we have different N region and different P region. So this accounts for the resistance that is offered by N region, neutral N region and neutral P region. Okay, this was about forward PN junction small signal equivalent circuit. This question comes for like 5 marks in university. Now we'll also look for reverse biased PN junction diode and its small signal equivalent circuit. So this is the small signal model for the reverse bias diode. Now here what does CT represents? CT represents the transition capacitance. Okay, and what does RR represents? Same as we studied in forward bias diode, it represents the incremental resistance. But this incremental resistance is because this diode is in reverse bias. That is the reason why we write it as RR, that is resistance during reverse bias, when the diode is in reverse bias. Now what is transition capacitance CT? Now what happens is we know that the transition capacitance has a significant value only when the diode is in reverse bias, and therefore we are considering it over here, right? Another point that needs to be noted is the application of this small signal model. Okay, so first, this small signal model application is whenever we need to develop the small signal model of transistors that we'll be learning in further chapters, we use this analysis. Okay, and during the design of transistor amplifier as well, and also to obtain the AC response of the diode circuit. So let me note that point, that for developing small signal models of which are useful in analysis and design of transistor amplifier, and it is used to obtain the AC response of a diode circuit. Okay, so this is the application of small signal analysis. Hope you have enjoyed this learning, and please do share this with your friends. For any queries, you can just write to us in the comment section below. Thank you, and we'll meet you in the next lecture. Bye bye.